People, Deluded, I'm back again. Good morning, I hope you're all doing well and safe, whoever you are, wherever you are on this earth. Now, it's the morning after the night before. It was great when we beat Man United. We've held it against Aston Villa. Yes, we did lose 3-0, people. With that being said, I thought, let me do my player ratings today. In fact, I did my player ratings video yesterday. Then I thought, DG, yo, you know you try to keep a calm head. You can see things for what they are. But every now and again, there is a result that annoys me. Of course, the scoreline annoys me, but it's the manner in which we lost it. I don't think Arsenal were given any divine rights on a football field. But I just feel, you know, desire, work ethic, game plan, bare things that minimum you want to see on a football field. Definitely for a team that say they want to get top 4, it weren't shown. Take nothing away from Aston Villa because they listened to their manager. They had a game plan. From the first seconds to the last seconds, they wanted it that much bit more than Arsenal. They wanted to go into the international break in a high. Now, like I said, in relation to the player ratings, I felt my emotions might be clouding it. And I still feel the same way, to be fair. Not in terms of emotions, but having watched the game again, these are my player ratings. Leno, I'm going to give Leno a 5. Like, I have a lot of criticisms over Leno. Yesterday, I don't think any of the goals were his fault. He made some saves. Can't ask him for any more. I'm a big fan of Holding. Holding's had a good start to the season by his own standards, but, you know, I think he deserves a 4. It could even go, I hurt my finger, people. It could even go lower to a 3. I think he was terrorised. I think they exploited him in wide positions. Dare I say, in fact, I'm going to put that down to a 3. I'm going to pull it down to a 3. Should be a 4, but I'm going to pull it down to a 3. Gabriel, I'm going to give Gabriel and Tierney like Leno 5s, people. It weren't the best, you know. I guess Gabriel, along with everyone in the team, could have done better for definitely the second and third goals. But I don't think Gabriel was to blame for anything. I think even for one of the goals, the second one, he's made a clearing header and we've not cleared our lines. And I think Luiz has clipped it to Barkley and then he's got in between. Like, it's terrible defending. I think at least Gabriel tried a thing. You know, I don't think he got ripped and destroyed. He was just I guess he's part of the poor collective performance. It wasn't one of Tierney's best games, but I don't think he was the worst on the field and I don't think he was below a 5. I think he was extremely average. So I give him a 5. Bellerin, I'm a big fan of Bellerin. I give Bellerin a 2. I think Bellerin was terrorised, you know. Barkley, when he pulled out to those wide positions, Grealish, like you saw for the third goal, tore him alive. You know, I don't think Willan was backing him, but anytime they went down that left-hand side, they tore Bellerin a new one. And definitely the defending between Willan, Rob Holding and Bellerin for that first goal is atrocious. It's poor collective defending before it gets to this, after it gets to this stage by other members of the team. Make no mistake about it. But I just feel Bellerin was poor. I can't give Bellerin. I have to give Bellerin a 2. You know me, I don't like to do these low ratings and things, but generally after watching 180 minutes of that game, Bellerin didn't have a sniff. He got terrorised, and you know. If Luis Enrique watched that game, he might say, yo, listen, I might not even need another right back in this Spanish squad, you know. So let's go with that. I give Partey a 5. Partey was part of the poor first half, but he wasn't that poor and he didn't do anything wrong and he wasn't part of the further demise. He came off by 45. So in them 5 minutes, I think he did well. And I think that's the one saving grace, is that Gabriel and Partey, not that they played amazing, they weren't really terrible like that in comparison to their teammates. And then they weren't terrible like that, but I feel he just didn't get going, so I'm going to give him a 4. Like Holding, you know, and then he's had a good start to the season. You know, as much as I like El Nene and I would have went with the pivot, this is why you need creative man, because when you've got Partey and El Nene, you struggle to see what the use for both of them on the field is. Partey can play a bit further forward. I don't feel El Nene was the poorest on the field, but I feel he was underwhelming. Bukayo Saka, I've got a lot of time for Saka. He gets a 4. You know, he's been due a bad game. 19 years of age. Literally, how much consistency has my man shown? He's pulled us through moments. He's 19. He had a bad game. He got an own goal. You know, it is what it is, innit? Saka's still my guy. He's pulled us through and dragged us through the mud more often than not than these senior players. You know, this is literally, I couldn't tell you the last time Saka had a bad game. So he holds his L. Bukayo Saka's still my man. He's still in the lineup when he plays next, when we play Leeds and them things there. It is just what it is, you know, and you can't always have a good game. It is what it is. Saka, you know, out of all the man that I've given low ratings, it is what it is with Bukayo Saka, because he shows more desire, more intent, more commitment. You know, he's getting further forward even in that game. Not that there's anything to praise than certain other men. So I give him a 4. You know, Lacazette, I give Lacazette a 2. Bro, I never saw, like, I'm a big fan of Lacazette. You lot know me. I protect Lacazette until the death, but Brother, what did he do? Like, did he have a shot? Where was he? He gets a 2, man. He gets a 2. Aubameyang gets a 3. Gets a 3 just because he was a little bit more involved in comparison to Aubameyang, and he done that little decent bit of skill for a free kick. But again, Aubameyang anonymous. Again, how we set up the team doesn't help Aubameyang, but Aubameyang that didn't have a shot. He didn't do anything, you know. He got locked down, you know. Initially, it looked like he might give Matty Cash some problems, but he got locked down. I never saw him, you know. Lacazette was underwhelming. Aubameyang, I never saw him. Let's say on Willan the worst. I think Willan was the worst player on the field for me personally. You know, he's lost the ball in the build-up to the goal. Him, along with the rest, have done poor defending. You know, his shots were atrocious. He offered no outlet on the attacking sense. He's trying his hardest to... It's like Willan game in, game out. He's saying, how bad can I play and still get in the lineup? Now, obviously, I know he's not going out there to play poorly, but Willan is extremely frustrating, and it's becoming annoying seeing him giving chance after chance after chance. Like, as frustrating as Pepe is, Pepe plays like that, Arteta takes him out of the team. Nelson plays like that, he's not playing again. The Bearman play like that, they're not playing. And I know Willian's going to be in the lineup against Leeds. I hope it's not the case. He doesn't deserve to be. You know, I know with the international break and, you know, wounds heal and we start again. But, you know, this it doesn't make sense. When I'm hearing some of the things Arteta says in relation to other players, it makes sense and I hear that. But when I see when Willian is starting week in, week out, whether he's playing good or bad, it's atrocious. You know, this was a free transfer and it's proven quite costly. Are you telling me we bought Willian to turn up against Fulham? Because that's the only game he's really looked half decent, you know. Collective good performance against Man United away from home. Fair play. Second half against Sheffield United. Okay, Willian winning the 10, he looked all right. But is this what we bought man for? You know, at most, I know he's consistently average, but I was just hoping for him to be consistently average. I'm not seeing that. He's getting worse and worse week in, week out. I think Willian was the worst on the field, so he gets a 1. Ceballos came on again. You want to see him break the lines. The only thing I saw Ceballos do of significance, credit to him, is save a shot on the line. It could have been 4-0. He was underwhelming. Arteta, for his tactics, he gets a 2. I feel he failed to react when he saw the way the tide was turning for Aston Villa. I think apart from the second half sub, he took too long to introduce Pepe and Eddie Nketiah. To be fair, neither of those players was on the field long enough, but they did better than the people they came on for. It was an atrocious game. You know, I still feel the same way. Like I said, the only positive is for me, again, we're poor collectively, but I think Gabriel Partey, Tierney to a slight degree, they weren't poor in comparison to their teammates. They were just getting savaged like everyone, but it's a collective good performance. And either way for Villa, and either way on another head, do you know what, it could just be 2s for everybody, because we're all part of the collective and we were all poor. You know, management didn't get his tactics right. Another low block and another team he struggles against and puts the handbrake up. And, you know, Arteta, the honeymoon period is over. We can talk about Kroenke historically, we can talk about Edu needing to do things in the transfer market, but there's no excuses for what Arteta is doing right now. You know, I believe in Arteta. I think he can do this thing for us. But the way it's going, we might have to revisit that situation if this continues, people. Because, again, you should have known the certain building blocks I wanted to see in place should have been there from pre-season or before. Because a lot of the problems we saw when he took over. Defensively, he recognised that and he kind of patterned it. Ain't really got a leg to stand on. I'm saying that we lost 3-0, but you get the point. That's my player ratings anyways, people. In relation to my player ratings, I'm going to keep it moving. It's always a pleasure, but DG, I'm out.